Hi friends, it's Lori and welcome to Main Street Gardener. So today I am really excited to unveil for you a fall project that I'm going to be doing using this gorgeous Vigo garden planter and a new Vigo garden planter. So way back in, I think March, I did a video, I'll link it below, where I got your opinion and advice and I had designed this garden box. So this garden box again is the modern collection. You can see it's metal. And what's great with the large one is you can get a shelf liner that's inside so that you don't have to fill it all the way with soil. And I love that Vigo thought about that. So my vision for this planter was that it was going to be plants, veggies, all the beautiful things. It was going to be neatly organized, and it was just going to be so fun to have it right here at the back of the house near the kitchen. And I have enjoyed its accessibility, but I have to be honest, I do not like this mess on my patio space. So this is the area we walk through all day long. It's where we entertain. And, you know, my husband even agreed, and he usually doesn't have opinions, that it was just a little too messy back here, especially this time of year when something is all over my tomatoes. Everything is kind of, you know, it's waning down. It's September and everything kind of needs to come out. I think I overestimated the scale, and I really don't like the size of planter here. So I'm going to go back to doing some containers here and doing a gutter planting of annuals like I've done in the past, and I think that's going to be what sticks in this space. So when I knew that I wanted to take this box out, I was thinking about where I could put it and how I could use it in a really smart way. So today's video is going to be about solving some garden problems and how I'm going to build a future garden space. So my number one issue to solve was I don't want this container mess here, but I definitely want to use this planter. So that was number one for the decision to move this planter. So let me show you decision number two. So reason number two for this new garden space, or decision number two for creating it, is that I love dahlias and I love cut flowers. I love zinnias, cosmos. I love to grow from seed. And so when we originally built this garden space, the two garden beds were raised beds. But we come in and out of this space, and I didn't like the mess right here in the garden. I also didn't like it in the winter. So I took these garden beds out over the past 2 years, and my idea was, well, I'll just grow dahlias in the garden like other gardeners do. I'll just reduce my cut flowers. It'll all be okay. And while they're beautiful here, and the bees are just having a feast today, you guys. They're loving these. These are seed dahlias. It is a real challenge to have stakes all over your garden, to constantly be walking around cutting back. I think that it's much easier to grow, especially dahlias and zinnias, in a cut garden type space. And there's cicadas out. So I just find it much easier to grow dahlias, zinnias, cut flowers basically in a raised bed or some type of ground planter. So while it's beautiful to see it popped around my garden. My second reason for wanting to create this new space is I really want just a small, not large, not 6 raised beds. I really just want 2 areas, 2 raised beds that I can grow those things in. And I think that I'll really love it. I still may pop some dahlias in the garden, especially the lower ones. But I think for my small garden space and for my style of gardening, I am really excited to have the ability to garden in maybe 2 small raised beds next year. So decision or reason number 2 for this new garden space was that I really want a cut garden space that is its own space that I can manage and grow those things. So let me go show you the third reason. Okay, so this beautiful mess behind me is the third reason that I'm going to be creating a new garden space, and I'm actually creating it here at my driveway. So this planter box behind me is from Gardener Supply, and I love the size of the box. I love the arch. It's been here since we started our garden 4 years ago, and I've really enjoyed it. I have it filled with strawberries. And the third reason that I'm going to be doing this fall project is that the strawberry bed got some type of fungus in it, and all my strawberry plants got some type of rust this year. They did not produce. The strawberries are 4 years old, and I probably need to shift it out. I need to clean out the soil, put in some new compost, some new rich soil, and just give it a big refresh. So this box, it needs a total refresh, and we're going to do that. I'm hoping that when I clean it out, some of the strawberry plants may have shoots, babies, and I can save those and not have to buy so many strawberry plants. But the other issue is this planter box is not on any stable ground. It's not on pedestals or pavers, and it is constantly leaning and shifting. And we've tried to put gravel down. It just isn't working. So by emptying it out, starting fresh, I can also get it raised and put on some stable platforms. So I knew that that was something I needed to do this year. All right, so let's go back to reason number one. I have that gorgeous Vigo box that needs a new home. Reason number two, I want to grow cut flowers. And number three, this strawberry bed needs an overhaul. Now, reason number four for this new garden project is the space behind it. So I'm going to walk you through and show it to you. It is just a catch-all. I have put every plant that I didn't have a home for in this space, and it's just not beautiful, and it's not functional. So I believe and have learned by gardening in a small garden space that every inch, every square foot is really important growing space. I absolutely love to garden, and I want to maximize this space the best I can. So there's about 4 feet of growing space behind this box that is not being utilized. So my fourth reason for this new project is that I want to maximize this growing space, and I want to make this driveway area part of the garden. I want it to feel connected between the main garden and the shade garden, and I just want to bring it to life. So by now, I'm sure you've guessed, my fall project is going to be converting this space to a beautiful raised garden area with 2 large planters that I already have and a small planter connecting them that Vigo was so kind to send out to me. I am trying to decide if this planter with the arbor should stay in front, and then the idea would be you would walk around, and behind would be the other large Vigo planter, and then there would be one connecting them. So I'm trying to decide if I want to do it that way or if I want to move this guy to the back. And if I moved it to the back, I have the rose growing on it. I've also thought about growing grapes that could eventually even just take it over, which would be really beautiful. I'm leaning a little bit towards having this in the back and then having the large planter in the front. What we're going to do is we're going to get the entire space marked off. We're going to get it leveled. We'll have to put in some edging, and we are going to fill it with some type of rock, probably the same that I have in the shade garden. So I want to provide that stable base. And my vision really is, after several images that I have found online, I'll post them above now so that you can take a look at them. But I'd love to have the Vigo planter here and leave room so that I could have some beautiful containers in front of it, maybe with boxwoods in them or small hydrangeas. The beauty of the boxwoods is it would give winter interest, but something so that when you pull up in your car, it's kind of that statuesque planter right here with those pots. Then I would have my boxed planter, and then you'd be able to walk through, and behind it would be this large container with the arch. It's probably not making a lot of sense on this video, but if you can envision, either this planter stays or it goes behind. And then what I'd like to do is bring that big veggie planter up here, and I have a small one to go with it. So the entrance to this space will have to be over on this side because I have this gorgeous bridal spirea. Now I can keep it trimmed back, but I don't want to get rid of it. It is just beautiful and I really love it there. It also kind of makes the garden, the shade garden, a little secretive. So I want to leave that. My vision is just kind of from the edge of that over to about where the umbrella is would become this really small, sweet raised garden space. So that's the idea. It would just have the two large beds and the small one connecting it. So in the comments, let me know kind of where you would place this arched container, in the front or in the back. Don't worry about the serviceberry tree. We're either gonna move it or we may limb it up. And just let me know what you think about this project overall. I think it is solving several dilemmas in the garden. So, you know, I'll get to use that big, beautiful Vigo box. I'll get to refresh this box and I'll get to make this space usable. It also will be great to have the cut flowers up here. My little floral studio is literally a couple steps away. That's where I keep all my containers. I have access to a water tank that I collect rainwater. So I think it just makes complete sense. I don't know why I didn't do it before, but I think it's a great way to maximize this tiny space that gets full sun all day. So that is the project, and I'm really excited to start it. I actually am going to start it in just about less than a week. So what I want to do today is I am just going to start cleaning out these annuals. And I know they look so pretty, but if I don't do this project now, I've got vacation coming, I've got fall workshops, and I'm ready to get this space set. The other reason for my tight timetable is it is going to be time in October to plant cool season flowers. The cool season flower method is where you can fall, winter sow some seeds to have spring blooms, and I want to be able to take advantage of that. All right, so we will get started on this project probably in a couple videos, and you'll see us kind of tearing the space apart, and I will bring you along for all of that. But today, let's just go ahead and start cleaning it out, and let's see how these strawberries look underneath. So here's some actual good news. I have got where it's rooted in a baby plant. So I could actually cut that today and put it in a container. So I'm going to get a container of some dirt and save that guy. I also have some strawberries back here I need to cut. So I'm hoping as I go through this, I'm going to continue to see some opportunity to save some of the strawberry plants. And this is what happens when you grow potato vine. So silly. All right, so here's another strawberry runner. Now this one has some baby roots. Okay, so this guy doesn't have any roots yet, so I could put this one back in the soil and it will root. This one has a few roots and they look okay, but I think I'm gonna try to weave them back both in the soil and see if they'll root in better in the next week. Okay, so this one's got 1, 2, 3 babies, and they've all just started getting roots. So I'm hoping that you can see that where it's got some roots. So what I'm gonna do, because this will give me free plants. Oh, and there's one right there that already is rooted. Oh my gosh, this is a gold mine. Gold mine of strawberry plants. Okay, so we're gonna start with this one. And what I'm gonna do is just dig a little hole, put some soil around that one. You don't wanna cut it from the mother. So you just wanna pack it in, and then you can curve around this other one. Same thing, as long as it's got some soil. Now I have also sat in containers into my bed and popped them in that way. This guy I'm just gonna put over here. Now I like to mark and know where I did this. So I'm gonna go get some flags, and that way I can check on them in a couple weeks. All right, friends, well, part 1 of many steps to this project is done for today. So I wanted to just introduce you to this garden project. I wanted to get rid of the annuals. Now, I left this dahlia because she is so beautiful. I'm gonna see if I can save her because I wanted to save the tubers. So we'll see. I may just have to give up on it, but this is one of my originals, and she's so fun. I also have some dahlias and some other things, but we're not going to be taking this bed apart in the next 7 days. So I'm just going to kind of enjoy it. But it was great to assess the strawberries. I did get a bunch of babies potted up. There are more babies inside that are rooting. So that's going to be the great news. Probably in a week, when we're ready to start this project, I will come in and start teasing through those strawberries, and hopefully I'll have a group of lots of baby plants that can go in the new bed. So I'm going to keep these tucked in so they get some water. So the next phase of this project is going to be, I am going to have some guys coming to help me. The next phase is going to be removing the plants that are back here. There's a black lace elderberry. I showed you all those. I'm going to be giving those to a couple neighbors. Anybody that doesn't want them, I may see if somebody on Facebook Marketplace wants them. They are really great hardy shrubs. So we're going to get all those out. Then at that point, we'll be able to really assess the space. And once I can see it clearly, I can mark it off, measure it, and make my decision on where the boxes are going to go. This weekend, we are going to go ahead and build the small box, because what I'd like to do, I'm going to be getting the other box emptied. I'd like to just place things and make sure that it's the way I want it before we bring the gravel and all those things in. So that's the idea. Phase 2 is going to be getting all the plants out. Phase 3 will be bringing the containers up and seeing what's going to work. I want to make sure it's right, and it is a tricky small space. So I'll be bringing you along for all of that. It will be a fun project, and then hopefully we are going to be ready to go by October 1st so that we can do some cool season seed planting. All right, well, give me your thoughts. I am so excited to have a raised garden space. Even though it's going to be small, it's all I need, and it's just going to make an impact in this area. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.